The virtue of eighth commandment is justice. There are many environmental concerns today which relate to the virtue of justice. I would like to share with you three important concerns nowadays. The first is San Pandits in Vietnam. San Pandits are those who use the correcting posts using rockety pumps to raise from the riverbed enormous quantities of sand. These posts can hold up to 1,000 tons of sand. After so many nights, it must be 40 to 50 meters deep in the river bottoms. This is the main cause of the collapse of plants, houses, even deadly accidents. In recent years, that humble substance has become an astonishingly hard commodity because sand is a key ingredient in concrete, the essential building material of Vietnam's fast-growing cities. In the Philippines, I have known that you also have some cases, as the illegally collecting the black sand in the mountains, especially in locality Surigao. So what is this justice here? Sand bandits already know the serious damages that they cause disasters for many families and communities. However, for their sake, they disregard and collude with some parts of the local government corruption to reap profits. Justice further is charity and truthfulness. If they live for the truth and love others, they could not do that. They must consider the good for everyone. The other environmental concern is plastic waste management in the Philippines, especially in the coastal areas. Indeed, this concern is not just a single country but many countries. If you have ever had a day's experience helping the poor sorting garbage, like me in Bazatas garbage landfill, dump site Crescent City, then you will know in reality that how plastics have been affecting seriously the environment. The bad smell, the fly, the air, dirty water, rust from the huge waste plastics cover all human beings. That was a day I experienced with the poor in Pazatas when I was a philosophy student at St. Vincent School of Theology. After that day, I became really conscious of what plastics are involved in which I have been using. I will use and I will not use. Plastic pollution is one of the serious ecological problems that our countries have been battling with over many years. Where it is convenient to use plastics in our everyday life, it has damaging effects on a long-term basis. Plastic waste management is very important. Plastic not only waste poses a great threat to humans, but also terrestrial and marine animals. It is not only the responsibility of the government, but also the responsibility for all of us. We are trying to protect the common home that is our earth. Many of us are well aware of this indestructible material. However, there are still many of us using unconsciously plastics, which is unfair for the common good. Especially, some countries have released the waste plastics into the ocean. which is a result of polluting the seawater. As a result, it is polluting water and marine fish. Globally, it is really unfair. The third is the dams in China and Vietnam. Nowadays, we could know that dams are the main reasons that cause terrible floods in many downstream provinces of dams in China and the central Vietnam. Indeed, it not only causes flooding, but it is also unbalances the downstream sediment loss of the rivers. The dams block the water and generate electricity. However, it has always been an obsession for downstream provinces. I really feel sorry for them, for they are always poor. Almost every year, they are seriously damaged by the floods. It is time for governments to consider building dams to avoid damaging downstream people. This is very necessary because we should not only focus on generating electricity, but also we should consider the damages from the dams on the downstream people. It is unfair. People in the floodplains are harshly denouncing the government because they know everything after each flood and their whole lives are always threatened in fear. In all, the three environmental concerns about they are the alarms to each of us to be aware of and to protect our environment. Everyone should have the right and be able to live in a healthy environment. We have to respond to the environmental justice. That responsibilities are not only for the current generation, but also for our future generations. The environmental justice is really the Lord's invitation to all of us through the 8th commandment. When we follow His command, we are nourishing and protecting His creation. Thank you very much for your watching our presentations.